And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to 1,000 Mile Coffee. I'm David.
I'm Jason. Today we got our actual boss, the man who dispatches us, the man who I cuss out on a daily basis, Mr. Rick. I don't even know what your last name is, bud. That's sad.
I'm here.
That is sad. I really don't even know his last name.
I know it, but I cannot pronounce it.
All right.
I
don't think.
Not even close.
Right. Just let it be, David. Just let it be. All right. So today we're going to kind of talk about, he is a truck driver, or was. He sits in the office now pretty much all day. So we're going to talk about some of the coolest and weirdest loads that we all had. For instance, one of my coolest loads was I hauled was working with one of the first companies I worked with, and they went into, when I got there, I checked in at the yard shack. I really don't remember the business name, and that's for real. He told me, said, don't open doors of your trailer, just back up to dock 3 or whatever it was, and stay in your truck. Don't get out and then bring your paperwork. Well, what it was, the dock doors were big enough they could open the doors from the inside of the building. I was there 20, 30 minutes, took off. Didn't even feel them hit my trailer, and I'm riding down the road. I'm like, man, this thing feels light as crap. There ain't no weight in this, and I'm loving it, because it's not a heavy load. Get to the next place, I go, and once I dock up, same thing. Don't open your doors. They'll open them for you, okay? And I walked in the building, and it was just a big caged area, fenced-in caged area. And while I'm getting my paperwork signed, I see them open the doors of my trailer, and they come out. One guy walks in the trailer and walks back out with a manila envelope. I said, that's all that was in there? And he just laughed. I said, what the hell's in the envelope? So he calls the guy over, and the dude dumps out diamonds in his hand. I thought that was cool as hell. That's what I was hauling. And, of course, I didn't know. The bill of lading, I couldn't even see the bill of lading because it was in a sealed envelope. And if I busted the seal, it was automatically denied. So I thought that was pretty cool. One of the weirdest ones I hauled was dealing with a nuclear power plant. Just the security getting checked in, the truck being sniffed by dogs. It was pretty freaky watching people walk around with M4 strapped on their chest. It was like, ooh, let me get up out of here. Because at one point I literally could have stopped and walked, 40 feet and like put my hands in the water that ran down the cooling towers.
I just have to say probably one of the more interesting, coolest loads I had was sonar arrays for submarines that come out of Salt Lake City, Utah. Again, can't remember where I picked it up. Can't remember where it went, other than it went to Norfolk, Virginia.
That was like 4 years ago, wasn't it?
About 4 years ago, yeah. Because I asked him when I picked it up, I was like, it's going to Norfolk. I was like, what is this? Because it was just crates about the size of our table here and about 3 feet deep. I asked him, what's in there? She's like, it's a sonar array. Each box has a sonar array for a submarine. Oh, okay. She's like, well, how much they are? No, not really.
No.
They're about $2 million a piece. Well, okay.
Yeah, wow.
I'm glad you got that there safe.
Glad it didn't come out of the company's pocket. What about you? What's your...
I did that paint samples up to New Jersey.
Paint samples?
Yeah.
You got to do
samples.
a little more elaborate here,
samples,
boss. Come
paint
on,
samples.
man. But you give the man a mic, and all of a sudden he just...
Yeah, I'm quiet.
So, but get this man on the phone, he'll talk your ear off.
I booked the load going to New Jersey, and it was like, you got to be there at 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, late evening stuff. I said, I'll get there. Are they going to load me quick? Oh, yeah. I pulled to the place, and they hand me this envelope. And they said, you good to go? And I was, okay. Bill of lading said, count 1. It was like 30 pounds. Got it there. And I said, what is this stuff? Paint samples for a big contract they doing. They having a meeting today. I said, okay, cool. I thought that was
what they wanted to paint the walls in the building or something.
I have no idea what it was. I got paid for that. Another cool, I was doing step deck freight, and we picked up here in Monroe. It was a tall crate, oversized. And me and a buddy of mine picked up the same stuff. It was a oil field valve, $900,000. and it was going to Saudi Arabia, and we had to get it there by a certain time to make the boat to go
Nice.
overseas. That was pretty cool.
I think probably one of the loads I remember my dad telling me about when I was a kid was he used to work for a particular company, and the home office was up in New Jersey. He was down in Texas. And they called him up because one of the owners or something like that needed a new T-shirt, or they wanted a shirt, something like that. So they had him back to a dock in Texas, grabbed a cardboard box, put one T-shirt in it, threw it in the back of the trailer, had him shut the doors, and hauled it all the way to New Jersey. A 53-foot trailer with one box and a T-shirt in it.
Burn.
Crazy.
Now you talking about some pretty, I think would be pretty cool. One of our buddies, it didn't happen to him, but it happened to a guy that worked at his company. He had some kind of big, oversized, he had the Jeeps, the Stingers. It was a big load, and it was a military contract. He picked it up in a military base and thought he was taking it to the port. Oh, no. It was going to Hawaii. He had to get on the ship with his truck and go across into Hawaii and deliver it. The way it was set up, the way the contract was, once he hooked to it, he took it the entire way.
Oh, wow.
So he got put on a freighter ship that took him to Hawaii and delivered it.
I did that in Massachusetts. You go to Nantucket, Massachusetts. And
I thought
took
semis wasn't allowed on Nantucket.
They were back in the day. This is like 10 years ago.
Oh, okay.
I had landscaping supplies. And I got to the port and I called the people and I said, I'm here. What am I supposed to do? What do you mean you there? You got to get on a ferry. I said, well, when the hell were you going to tell me this?
The hell do you mean get on a ferry?
I need a ticket, one.
What do you mean get on a boat?
And I'm like, I'm here. What's next? I'll go check in. So I went inside, checked in. They gave me a ticket. And they said, okay, well, the ferry will come at such time. But then you'll have to wait till next day to catch the one coming back because you're not going to be able to do everything. I got there. It was cold. No idling. That island, it's
They wouldn't let you. They wouldn't let you idle
nope,
at all.
Nope. The owner of the landscaping company,
The bell's back.
he said you could stay at my yard and you could idle all night. It's private property. Ain't nobody gonna tell you nothing. And that's what I did. And it was cold. It was beautiful, but it just too long.
That's
I
ridiculous.
think it was like 2 hours in, 2 hours back.
Damn.
It's crazy.
I hope that load paid good.
I mean, I was just driving for her, so I
That was
kind of
before
missed
you
out.
become the
Yeah,
owner operator.
Yep. So it's one of those like, just wasted my day here,
Right. There's some good loads out there that are like wow, and then there's some that are.
Yeah.
I think one of the backhauls you got for me, which was stuff that went for like CNC machines. The place required me to have like freaking 10 load straps for stuff that went on an assembly line. That was one of the more interesting loads I don't remember having because the stuff was almost as tall as the trailer. They had to wedge it in the corners. They were using. I remember because I had to go to Fleet Farm and get freaking moving blankets to pad the corners.
Yes.
And they didn't have moving blankets. I bought just regular fleece blankets.
Was that the one out of Minnesota?
That was
Yeah.
that was here just recently, wasn't it?
Yeah,
No, that was like last year.
Yeah, that was out of Minnesota. I remember which yeah.
Yeah, because I had to have like freaking 8 load straps, 4 or
moving
5
blankets.
moving blankets. Couldn't find moving blankets, but luckily enough, Fleet Farm had a sale on fleece blankets.
Hey, a blanket's a blanket, darn it.
Yeah.
They used them. I remember I bought like 10 of them. They said we only needed like 4. Like I got told I needed this many. Well, we don't need them. And I think I remember I brought them back here. You looked and said, well, Bella's got beds for a while.
The big old puppy dog.
Well, you had a puppy that's
The
she's
fur.
around here somewhere.
No, I think they put her up because she was
Aw.
trying. She kept trying to get in the shot.
Well, she just wants to be here. She wants her time to shine on the show.
No, that dog just wants love, and that's all that dog wants.
And
Now, what was like the worst load you hauled?
I used to hold trash out of Long Island. Can't get any worse than that.
You want to bet?
Well, about being dirty, that one is.
You want to bet?
What is it?
Scrap tires.
No.
No, I'm just.
I know, but look, we used to do it on flatbeds, and we had to tarp them.
You tarped trash.
Yes,
Why?
it was.
Are they worried it was?
David, Lord.
No,
Are they worried it was gonna get wet?
no, you had to do like nursery tarps, and so you don't spill it on the ground, and you had to put like waste on your tarps.
That way it wouldn't be used for nothing else.
Yep, and it ruined your straps. You know, your traps will get soaked like every time it rained, and that. I mean, it was bad.
Yeah, no, okay, yeah,
So
you got me on that.
You
one.
had to, you know, she did it with me, and we used to go to the landfills. I mean, it was just nasty, bro. You had to get dressed just to tarp that, and get dressed back to clean clothes before you got in the truck.
I think I got one similar to that I told you about a while back when I was working for company. I hauled recyclables
Oh, I don't
out
hold.
of Yonkers, New York. It was a 53-foot trailer full of plastic recyclables. And the thing is, the load that entire trailer was old laundry detergent bottles.
I did that. It went to Reedsville.
I think so.
Yeah, I've done it before.
Dude, the
I've had-
trailer was, and I remember when they're trying to unload it. I watched them trying to unload it. They're sitting there spinning out, slipping the whole trailer.
I had to.
I actually had to get a reefer wash done on a dry van because
Yeah, I had to deliver in a dry van with those plastic scrap, and we actually went to a scrap yard. It was both metal and trash, and then they said, "Okay, go sweep out." I did it several times. Yeah, they would make you like you went to a different section and would sweep your trailer out with the stuff that would fall off the bundles. I'm out there sweeping out, and I'm there. I literally had rats running over my foot that was inside my trailer.
Yeah. And then your dispatcher gets you a next load. It was a food grade trailer load.
Oh, dude, I was hauling scrap tires at the time, so
Oh,
it
yeah,
wasn't
so
no
that
food
was a
grade.
trailer
She
fit
actually
for-
did several times. Here, I got this paper load for you.
Oh,
I got
yeah.
this. No, I'm not taking it. I'm not accepting it because they're going to deny my trailer.
well, you have to get the trailer denied anyway.
Yeah, and what it was, and this is what I truly believe, that if the trailer got denied, then they would pay for us to come back like a deadhead and straight back, but they would still have to pay that lost load because it was their trailer that got denied. So I really think she was intentionally sending me to places that would get denied, so we would still get that load payment, and I could just go straight back and get another. That's my opinion. I can't prove it, but
Makes sense.
right.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to cut this episode here. We'll probably have you back on another time and talk some more about some other loads.
That's fine.
So, you going to end it or you want me to?
I'll let you finish it up this time.
Maybe it'll actually get done right.
I don't know. I've been doing pretty good. You're the one that screwed up earlier.
Hey, I've screwed up several times today. We appreciate y'all for joining us. We really do. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.